I tidied up the place just for you. Isn't it perfect, Espoir? Something isn't right. Yeah, where is everyone? You don't sound as happy as I am, Espoir. Why are you doing this? What is wrong with you? Nothing's wrong with me. Yeah, nothing's wrong with him.
Listen!
Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espoir David, and today I'd like to play a visual novel called My Best Friend, Yui. Finally, the cool evening breeze hits my face as I let in a deep breath of fresh autumn air. Man, I've been waiting for this moment. Me too. When is Halloween getting here? School's finally out. After a long, grueling week of papers and lectures, I can finally go home and play video games. Yeah! 11 hours of Pal World! It's a Friday, so that means I'm pulling an all-nighter, baby. Even though I'd be doing both of these things regardless if it was a school night or not. Haha. But that's not the point. Now I can indulge without feeling guilty about my sleep schedule. I look at the school's front doors expectantly. Usually, my best friend Yuki would be running to walk home with me right now. We both do after-class clubs, and somehow we were both always the last ones to leave campus. I let an unwanted smirk creep its way up my face at the thought. Yeah, I can already hear her screaming my name at the top of her lungs, despite us being the only ones here. I am Espoir, it means hope in French. Espoir, I'm coming, Espoir. And she always says it in that annoying, freaky tone of voice, too. God, that girl is so annoying. But someone as unbothered as me wouldn't fall for such obvious teasing. My pronouns! Pfft, yeah, a girl like me is way too used to stuff like that by now. Yuki's really gotta up her game. I turned my phone on to take a look at the time. Let's see, 5 hours ago. I feel lightheaded. Can I have the water from your lunch bag, please? Aw. Mr. Takeda said the glitter on my uniform was distracting, but I literally can't get it off. Watch this right now. We know this guy, lol. Can you tell Yasuhiro to give my pen back? He still has it, and he's in your class. He's always taking my stuff. Cute. That was 6 hours ago. 6:45 p.m. I glance at the school gates again. Still no sign of her. I really don't want to be that guy, but I've already been waiting for 10 minutes, and I kinda really want to get home. I'd call her, but her phone actually managed to get into some sort of freak accident earlier today. According to her, someone had managed to snatch her phone while she wasn't looking, drown it in what looked like some sort of black paint, and had the audacity to leave it behind on her desk. Now, I'm not one to make assumptions, but that seems like some Yandere business right there. Rendering her pretty pink device useless. Left cake in glistening black sludge. Ugh. I wasn't aware that our school had bullies, let alone anyone who could even remotely dislike Yuki to such a degree where they do something so horrible. I wonder if she's still inside because she's sulking. It'd be no surprise. She uses her phone a lot. It was all cutely decorated, and she's the type to take pictures of literally everything. If her phone truly is unsavable, that'd be horrible. There's gotta be hundreds of photos of us together on that thing, too. Aw. See if she's okay? Just go home? Let's see if she's okay. Yeah, I mean, what kind of friend leaves their buddy alone after something like that? I'd be a bit of an a-hole to leave without at least checking on her. Besides, maybe if I invited her over to my place, she'd cheer up a bit. Yuki loves to crash at my house. She's practically there all the time. I began to walk towards the school's front door. Yuki would probably still be in her clubroom on the 3rd floor. I really hope she isn't too upset about her phone. We're best friends and all, but I've never been the best at comforting people. Maybe I...
Hi!
Hi! Espoir! Sup? Oh, thank goodness. I thought you had already left. Jeez, that frightened me. It frightened me, gosh darn it. Do I know you? You never want a character to make that face when you ask if you know them. I suppose not. Sorry for startling you. Startle would be an understatement. I didn't even see him approach me. Where on earth did he even come from anyway? Seriously, I think I heard him running up to me. Maybe all those video games are finally doing my eyes in. Actually, I've heard playing a lot of video games, especially shooters, like makes your eyesight better. Like you're able to see small bits of movement. Uh-huh. It's alright. Did you need anything? Well, yes, actually. The boy gives me a big smile. A pretty face like that really stands out. I wonder why it feels like I've never seen him around before. Is he a ghost? He fiddles with his pockets and fishes out what looks like a piece of paper. Here, it's for you. I took the paper without thinking. I know it's a little short notice, but I'd like to invite you to a party I'm hosting tonight. A party? Is this an invitation? Why, of course. Aw, hello. You have been invited to my party. Wow. It is at 8 p.m. today. Balloon. You have been invited because I like you. The house is clean. There is food for you. Don't be scared.
That's suspicious.
Upon closer inspection, this certainly is an invitation. A rather crappy looking one at that. It's completely stained with what looks like black ink. What, did his pen explode or something while writing it? My parents would have scolded me for sending out an invite this shoddy looking. Jeez, couldn't he have given me a nicer one? It's not like Espoir. My name being called snapped me out of my trance. I've been quiet for way too long. I hope I wasn't making a face while staring at the invite. Oh, sorry. I just haven't been invited to a party like this in a really long time, huh? Really? I thought someone as good-looking as you would be invited to parties all the time. Is this guy for real? Me? No way. If anything, you should be the one being invited. You could pass as a model, honestly. Aw, really? You're too kind, Espoir. I don't know why I'm being so friendly with this guy. I literally met him 1 second ago. But for some reason, he doesn't seem all too bad. His compliment earlier didn't seem creepy or anything either. I looked back down at the invite. So, are you coming? It'll be lots of fun. I'll think about it. I was just about to check up on my friend who's still in school. If she wants to come with me, then I'll probably go with her. The invite is tempting and all, but I still don't even know this guy. I'd be a bit of a moron to go to a stranger's house alone, even though he does seem to be around my age. Ah, Yuki, right? You know Yuki? Why, of course. I knew everyone in our class. He does? You do? Yeah. I'm class president of the other class. So, I know everyone. And that includes you and Yuki, Espoir. Why does he suddenly look so awkward? Ha, sus. Matter of fact, I don't even know this guy's name. And somehow he knows me and Yuki. There's no way someone like this could be attending our school this entire time and completely slip under my radar. Can excessive gaming really give you this bad of a case of brain fog? Maybe it can. So, Espoir, are you coming? Right, the party. Yeah, could show up for a little bit. I'd love to, but this is a bit short notice. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's do the absolute wrong thing. And yeah, sure, let's show up to this stranger who just ran up to us, who you don't even think goes to your same school, who says, come to my house, and just... Yeah, don't do any of this in real life. Yeah, I don't see why not. I can see several reasons why not. Nah! Really? Yeah, I mean, it could be fun, you know. I don't really get out much, so... He looks really happy I said yes. I was thinking about saying no and dragging this out, but no, I know that I want to go. I know he wants me to go. I know you guys want me to go. Let's just go. Oh, I'm so happy, Espoir. I promise it'll be the best party you've ever been to. I'm gonna hold you to that. There better be cake. Haha, I bet. Why are you making that face? A little too happy. Oh, but who am I to judge? I'm not one of those people who hates seeing others smiling. In a way, he kind of reminds me of a kid excited for his birthday. It's kind of cute, I guess. Yeah, that's why I played it. I seem to really like, creepy, suspicious, shady characters. So, I'll see you there tonight, right? You bet. Did you invite Yuki too? I'll definitely arrive with her if that's the case. We conveniently live really close to each other. Yuki? Uh-oh. Eh? Yes, you said you knew her, didn't you? It's not that. Oh, never mind. I invited her too, so that'll be no problem at all, Espoir. That's a relief. I was wondering if you had a problem with her or something. Sweet. I'll see you at 8. My mind went blank. I totally forgot to ask him for his name during this entire conversation. Or did he already tell me? I can't remember for some reason. Darn you! Brain fog! I stole a quick glance at the invite he handed me earlier. His name isn't on the paper either. Man, this is awkward. Yui. Ah, there it is. Thanks. Okay, I'll see you at 8 then, Yui. See you then. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, and Espoir? Yeah? Yuki actually went home early today, so you don't have to wait up for her. Huh? Wait, really? Why? Oh, you know. I'm sure the whole phone sabotage thing really made her upset, you know? You know about that? Why, of course. She looked really depressed all day because of it. I'm surprised you didn't notice her disappearance sooner, Espoir. I guess. I mean, we're not in the same class, so I'm surprised Yuki would leave school without telling me. I mean, I didn't see her at her club today, but I didn't think that meant that she'd gone home. Was she upset with me or something? No, that can't be right. I can't think of anything I've done lately that would have upset her. I'm just teasing you, Espoir. She almost managed to slip under my radar, too. Oh, right. So, I'll see you at 8, okay? Yeah. See ya. Are you thoroughly creeped out, too? He then turned around and began walking back into our school through the front doors. I'm assuming he left something behind or something. Or someone. Tied up to a chair. That interaction just now. I can't help but have my thoughts linger on what Yui told me about Yuki. How did she leave without anyone saying anything? Yuki is the epitome of a pretty popular girl. Someone would have had to say something. And if she did leave, then why did no one even tell me? I'm her best friend after all. Whatever. She was probably too upset to tell anyone she was leaving. Yeah, that sounds about right. I have no idea why this is bothering me so much. I'll just ring her mother when I get home and ask if she's okay. It's really not a big deal. I turn away and begin walking home. Man, the wind is seriously getting chilly. I begun my journey home, past the houses, through the trees, the usual. I decided to let my thoughts about Yuki and the conversation with Yui fall to the back of my mind. I mean, there's just no point stressing about anything right now. I've just been invited to a party. I took a quick glance at my phone. 7:10 p.m. Geez, this has got to be the latest time I've left school, ever. My steps got a little faster as I quickened my pace. I really should have brought a coat. I'm shivering. Did the temperature really drop that rapidly? Or is it just me? Or is it shenanigans? Matter of fact, I have a bit of a headache, too. All this thinking about Yuki's well-being must be making me feel ill. When I get home, I'm totally laying down for a bit before I head to Yui's party. I continued my trek home, the cold wind not helping with my headache at all. I'm almost there anyway. Wait, something about the ground ahead made me slow down. I wasn't sure why at first. It was just a piece of paper, half caught near the curb, edges fluttering weakly in the wind. Still, I stopped. I leaned forward, squinting at it. This looks familiar. My headache pulsed again, sharper this time. I pressed a hand to my temple before crouching down to pick it up. Is this a school timetable? Uh-oh. My fingers tightened slightly around the paper. Uh-oh. This has a bunch of cute things on it. Is this Yuki's? I knew it. This belongs to Yuki. How on earth did it end up here? I glanced around before looking back down at the crumpled paper in my hand. I know this is hers because of all the unnecessary decorations slapped everywhere. Aww. Matter of fact, I watched her decorate it in real time when she was over at my house the other day. It isn't too crazy that this ended up here. I am near her house after all. She probably dropped it on her way to school. Man, I'm always the one to find her lost things, and I guess today's no different, huh? I'll put this in my pocket to give her on Monday when I see her at school again. If you see her at school again. If she'll even want it, she might have grabbed a new one once she realized that this one was missing. I wouldn't mind teasing her about how careless she is with her stuff like this, though. Take it home? Leave it? Why would I leave it? Take it home. I mean, what kind of friend would I be if I wasn't looking out for my best pal? Besides, once she thanks me for returning it, she'll inevitably have to owe me a favor for my kindness. There's no harm in that, is there? I slipped Yuki's school timetable into my pocket and continued to walk home. I don't know if it's the liminal space thing, but this looks like a house that I've been in before. Finally, home sweet home. I took off my school shoes and immediately headed to the sink to grab a glass of water. Jeez, my head is still pounding. I seriously have no idea what's causing this horrible feeling. I grabbed a clean glass and ran the water from the tap before filling it up and taking a small sip of the cold liquid. I'm suspicious of that now. I feel nauseous. I suddenly, involuntarily lurched my body over the sink and began to vomit. Uh-oh. Ugh, what the heck? Am I really this ill? Was it something I ate? I was completely fine until I began walking home. I quickly ran the tap to wash away whatever landed in there. Disgusting. And I don't feel any lighter now either. Shenanigans? My head still hurts, and I'm starting to feel lightheaded. I think I just need a long lay down. Wait, Yui's party. I placed my hand on my stomach to try and soothe whatever storm was brewing in there. I don't think I'll be able to attend the party tonight. Not when I'm feeling this terrible. I think I'm gonna have to call it off and stay home. I don't have Yui's phone number, though. I'd hate for him to think that I ditched without saying anything. Then again, I doubt he'd even notice. It's not like I'm the only one he invited. Ha 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 ha, right? What to do? Should I go? Kinda wanna see what happens. I wanna see how this party is. You hyped it up. Yes. I mean, he did make the effort to handwrite me an invite and everything. Even though it looks like complete crap. If you don't feel good, I'm breaking all my rules here. If you don't feel good, do not go to a place. If you don't feel good, stay home, regardless of what it is. Work, friends, appointments, whatever. Stay your booty cheeks home if you don't feel good. Oh, come on, Espoir. It's just for one night. Or I could show up, say, hey, I don't feel good. Happy birthday or whatever. And then dip. I'm sure I'll feel much better once I start getting ready. I glanced at the time on the wall clock above me. 7:30, huh? Well, the party begins at 8, so I better get a move on. It seems like I have a lot of time, but if I start fumbling around with what I'm going to wear, then I could be here for hours. I probably won't have any time to have that lie down I wanted, though. I made my way upstairs to my bedroom to start getting changed. This feels like a bedroom I've been in before. Most people my age probably have way more clothes than this. There really isn't much choice here. I guess this is what happens when you aren't really invited to stuff. My wardrobe might as well be full of cobwebs at this point. I scanned the very limited amount of garments in my closet, trying to find something decent enough for a high school after-school party. In the end, I landed on 2 outfits. The one on the left is pretty casual. It's always good to come across as the nonchalant one at the party like this, right? It's like, oh yeah, this is a pretty cool party. It means only other chill people will want to talk to you. The last thing I want to do is garner unnecessary attention because of what I'm wearing. The outfit on the right is more party-like. Yui said that Yuki was invited too, right? Did he? If she shows up and sees me in an outfit like this, she's gonna tease me about it to no end. It's not even that it looks bad or anything. It's just the first time I really dressed up for anything in a while. I do want to at least leave a good first impression on Yui. I mean, not that I really care that much, but wear something... Yeah, let's keep it casual. Keep it casual. Casual it is. I'd rather be comfy all night anyway. I just noticed there's a kitty on that bed. Especially when I feel like fainting any second now. Besides, with an outfit like this, if I want to leave early, hardly anyone will notice. If I'm still feeling unwell after tonight's over, I'm definitely booking a doctor's appointment. Or should I do it now? I quickly snapped out of my thoughts when I realized how much time had passed just from choosing an outfit. Crap, it's already 7:45, and I still gotta get ready and make my way there. I began to strip off my school uniform and began putting on the casual outfit that I picked out. Every small twist of my body made my stomach clench painfully. Why is this happening? Jeez. I immediately tried to take my mind off of the pain and finished cleaning up just in time to have enough time to make my way to Yui's house. I glanced in my full-length mirror one more time and began to head out. Whoa, the sun set without me even noticing. It's pitch black now. Pitch black and freezing. Oh, did I not bring a jacket? My head began to pound again. Look, just get there, show up, say I don't feel good, and leave. I quickly took another glance at the address to the invite Yui handed me before. I don't like that one of the only words that I can, make out is, I will feed, don't be scared. Ah! That was pretty cool! I rubbed my eyes in a panic and looked back down at the invite again. What the heck was that? That was terrifying. For a second there, my vision went absolutely insane. Maybe I should just stay home. That was really bad. But I've already gotten dressed and everything. The darkness is probably making me see things. Luckily, Yui lives close by, so I should be there in no time. I'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. After around 20 minutes of walking, I finally began to see the light of Yui's house. Finally. The unease in my stomach and my throbbing headache made me walk a lot slower than intended. I'm only 15 minutes late. Could have been worse, I suppose. I slowly walked towards Yui's front door, my head spinning with every step. Just a little further. It's pretty quiet. I took the time to look around cautiously, not sensing any sign of life anywhere. This is his place, right? I'm 15 minutes late, yet it feels like the party hasn't even begun. I looked around again, subconsciously hoping to see at least a few people my age making their way towards Yui's house. No one. There's absolutely no noise coming from inside his house either. I've already triple-checked the invite to know that I'm at the right place, but for some reason, I feel like I really shouldn't be here. Maybe I'm the first one to show up, but that can't be right. There's no way that, out of everyone he invited, every single person is later than I am. Knowing I'm the first one to show up just makes me feel even more queasy. Maybe I should have just stayed home. I don't want to be alone with a guy I hardly know while feeling so sick. An ice-cold gust of autumn air hits my skin once more, making me squint in discomfort. Knock on the door? Turn away? No, we're in it now. We in it. We getting in it. We going on it. We doing it. Knock, knock. Maybe I should knock again. Ah! Espoir! You came! I jumped. Ah, Yui! You startled me. Haha. Oh, sorry. I'm just so happy you managed to make it. Of course. I was starting to wonder if I was at the wrong address. This place is easy to miss if you don't know where to look, isn't it? Absolutely. It's really quiet around here, so I guess that made it a little harder. Another cold gust of wind blew in our direction, making me groan slightly. Ah, Espoir, come in. It's freezing today. I don't want you to catch a cold. Yui politely opened the door for me and let me inside first. As soon as I stepped inside Yui's home, my headache worsened almost immediately, and the text started scrolling really slowly for emphasis. The air felt strangely heavy, warm and stuffy, carrying a faint bitterness that lingered at the back of my throat. I couldn't help but silently retch in my mouth. Ooh. Ugh. What the... I turned to Yui, pressing the back of my index finger to my nose and looking at him in confusion. It's really stuffy in here, isn't it? Are you smelling this too? Stuffy? I suddenly began to feel warm and cold at the same time. Uh-oh. My fingers trembling as I looked around to see if there was a window open anywhere. Oh my. You really are sick, aren't you? The house seems fine to me. I think you're just feeling unwell, Espoir. Yui gave me a look that I could only describe as sympathetic. There's no way it's only me, right? You look nice. Though, you wear that outfit pretty often, don't you? I was kind of excited to see you in something different for once. It's okay, though. You still look very nice. Eh? What? Did I hear that correctly? Before I could reply to that weird backhanded compliment, I suddenly swayed on my feet. My body began sweating due to the humidity in the room, despite the fact that there was an uncomfortable chill running through my body. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, Espoir, did you come here with a tummy bug? Oh no, don't tell me he's gonna lecture me about staying home when you're sick. I'm sure it'll go away on its own. Maybe you just need to sit down, I could hardly even register what Yui was saying. Can't he sense just how horribly nauseating the air is right now? I looked around, trying to make sense of my surroundings. It just looked like a regular old house. There aren't even any decorations out or anything. So, what do you think, Espoir? Nice place, It's okay. I'm gonna step outside for a bit. I tidied up the place just for you. Isn't it perfect, Espoir? Something isn't right. Yeah. Where is everyone? You don't sound as happy as I am, Espoir. What the heck is going on? Yui, what is this? You said you were hosting a party. No one's here. Am I the only one you invited? My body started to sway. Why does that matter? My stomach twisted. What do you mean, why does it matter? You said there'd be people here. There is someone here. Pookie! You're here. No! Do not want! He can't be serious. This isn't funny. I'm not joking. The longer I looked at him, the worse the nauseating heaviness in my body became. The air around him felt strangely warm and humid, thick enough that every breath left my chest tighter than before. I really need to step outside for a bit. Are you going home? His smile twitched, and for some reason, the moment he stepped closer, my stomach churned violently. But Espoir, the party hasn't even started yet. I'm going to be sick again. Dude, do you want this projectile upon your face? I'm leaving. I quickly spun around, my hand latching onto the door handle as I rattled it violently. Eh? When did he lock the door? What are you doing, Espoir? Yui places a warm, damp hand against my shoulder, the sheer sticky heat of it seeping through my clothes almost instantly. Ew, it's wet and sticky in there. I hate that. This is just what happens when I'm in a humid place anyway. The feeling of it somehow makes my entire body feel filthy. Hit him? Let it happen? I ain't letting nothing happen, boyo. Hit him. I raised my hand. Slap. You hit me. Why are you smiling? Yui makes an expression I've never seen on a real person before. Let me go. Espoir, you're so funny. Suddenly, both of Yui's hands grab my shoulders in a tight, bruising grip that makes me yelp in pain. Eh! I really don't understand why you're acting like this, Espoir. His grip tightens, the stifling, humid aroma emanating from his being, making my entire body feel numb. Is it coming from him? Stop! You're never invited to things like this. Then once you're finally given the chance, you want to leave. How do you... My throat suddenly starts to feel dry. I'm too lightheaded to finish my sentence. My vision begins to blur. Yui gets closer. but for some reason I don't want to hold my breath. Oh no! Getting sleepy? I can hear my own slow heartbeat echoing in my head. I finally pass out before my body can hit the floor. Oh no, I don't want to be unconscious in his house. I let out a tiny noise as I begin to stir awake. My eyelids feel heavy, along with my body that refused to move. Not that I currently have the energy to move it anyway. Oh no. Huh? Everything felt heavy. My body ached in a way I couldn't properly describe, like every limb had been weighed down with wet sand. My vision slowly focused on my legs beneath me. They looked limp where they rested against the chair I felt I was sitting on. I tried to move, only for something rough to suddenly dig harshly against my wrists. Keep your eyes half closed. Open them eyes. My eyes shot open. Oh man, I'm in a basement again. My breathing immediately quickened. The sweet, humid smell in the air was even stronger now, but I had already inhaled so much of it that it was starting to have less of an impact on me now. Ugh. I subconsciously tried to stand up, only to realize my arms and legs were bound tightly by some sort of thick rope. What? Not again! No. I forced myself to look up slightly, despite the pounding in my chest. The room was dark, damp, and suffocatingly warm. The walls looked stained with something black, creeping through the corners like mold. Where the heck am I? And then my heart nearly stopped. Espoir! You're finally awake! I flinched, not saying a word despite my mouth being ajar in profound shock. You were out for over 2 hours. Were you really that sleepy? There was a teasing lilt to his voice that almost made it sound like he was holding in a laugh. What is this? What is this? Is this some kind of joke? Where am I? I struggled against the restraints again, the ropes against my wrists beginning to burn with every frantic movement. Espoir, be careful. You're gonna hurt yourself even more. I was starting to really panic now, the telltale feeling of a panic attack already beginning to rise in my core. Let me go! I violently pulled against the rope binding my wrists, the rough material painfully scraping against my skin, causing red burn marks almost immediately. Ugh. This guy knows how to tie a knot. My breathing was becoming faster and faster. Stop moving. What the heck is wrong with you? Would you just calm down? The sudden sharpness in his voice made my stomach drop. For a split second, the overly sweet expression he'd been wearing finally cracked. Oh, I'm so sorry, Espoir. I didn't mean to yell. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to frighten you. I can be quieter. I'll be quieter. I won't yell again. I'm sorry. It's just, I'm trying so hard to make this nice for you, and you just keep fighting me. The closer he leaned towards me, the sicker I felt. The thick, sickening humidity in the air continuing to cling to the insides of my lungs with every breath. Ew. Please, just let me go home. His face twisted slightly. Is that why you wore that outfit? Yui looked down at the casual outfit I was wearing, the one I specifically picked out just for today. Huh? With an outfit like that? You weren't planning on staying long, were you? Well, no, I just didn't want to stick out. But that's okay. You've already been here for hours and you haven't left yet. There's still a lot of fun to be had. I felt sick to my stomach. Why are you doing this? Isn't it obvious? No! No, it's not. I thought you were supposed to be the smart one, Espoir. Who told you that lie? The smart one? You're still wearing that. What? Your shirt. I followed his gaze downward, a little startled by the abrupt change in conversation. Huh? Well, it's very comfortable, and I know it's a bit formal, but I rather like this shirt. The front of my shirt was stained with something dark and crusted. Do you got ink powers? What the? You really don't remember? Remember what? You were throwing up in your sleep after you fell unconscious. You really are sick, aren't you? I wonder why. A cold feeling settled in my stomach. I don't remember doing that. I don't remember much of anything after entering his house, honestly. It got all over your nice clothes. I would have changed them sooner, but I didn't want to move you too much. I can't believe this is actually happening. Your shirt is really disgusting. I think there's a slightly bigger issue here right now. No, you're filthy. The way he said it almost sounded offended. Like the stain was bothering him more than the fact that I was tied to a chair. You can't stay like that. No, 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 no. Yui suddenly crouched down in between my legs. What are you doing? Calm down, Espoir. You must be uncomfortable in those filthy clothes, Ah! What are you... Yui then reached into his back pocket and pulled out a pair of sharp scissors. I don't think you know scissor safety. My stomach immediately dropped. Hey, what are you doing with those? Stop! I inched backwards as much as being tied to a chair would allow me to. Yui only chuckled at the sight. Espoir, it's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you. On purpose. He leaned in closer and lifted the hem of my shirt with a gentle, steady hand. My voice began to quiver. It was quieter now. What are you doing? I already told you. I'm sure you don't want to spend the rest of your time here in dirty, filthy clothes, do you? You're too special for that, Espoir. No. Before I could respond, the unmistakable sound of metal slicing through fabric filled the room. No, my Gucci shirt! Actually, this shirt is from Old Navy. I got it from a thrift shop. I instinctively jerked away from him, only for the ropes binding me to the chair to stop me almost immediately. Hold still. The scissors continued to glide through the stained fabric. Hey, stop! Just a moment. His tone was so blunt, it made my stomach turn. I knew pleading with a psycho like this would be completely useless at this point. All I could do was squeeze my eyes shut out of pure embarrassment as the remains of my shirt began to slide off my shoulders. Now it's cold! The humid air began to feel cold against my bare skin. Almost done. There we go. I'm so sorry, Espoir. I really should have done that before I tied you up, huh? I didn't respond. I could feel how warm my face had gotten from pure embarrassment. Ooh, when I get out of this, I'm gonna hit you even harder. All Yui did was stare at me with that creepy expression. Are you embarrassed? You shouldn't be. I think you look beautiful like this. Yui's gaze drops downward. Hey! Some of it got on your pants, too. Alright, that's why I'm drawing the line, mate. You come down in my trousers, I'm gonna knee you in the chin, I will. I looked down at my trousers. It was hard to see, but there was definitely a bit of dried vomit on them as well. Hardly enough for it to be any sort of real concern. Yui leaned in close to me again, his slim, damp fingers curling around the waistband of my pants as he held up the scissors once more. Hey! You can't! Please don't! My towel is enough, I'm clean, see? I attempted to jerk myself away again, a small stinging tear welling up in the corner of my eye. Not my Gucci shorts! I was starting to get a bit hysteric. Please! Just hold still, okay? I don't want to accidentally cut you. Ah! The sound of metal blades cutting through the thick material of my trousers began to fill the space around us. No! However, it stopped as soon as it begun. Is there something in your pocket? Huh? Yui fished his hand into the pocket of my pants, his fingers clamping around something thin and white. Oh yeah, the schedule. What's this, Espoir? Well, just my first paper. Why? It's nothing suspicious. I really don't want to respond to this guy. There's no reason unless he gets violent, right? I looked away, still extremely self-conscious about the fact that I don't have a shirt on right now. Yui unfolds the piece of paper to reveal Yuki's timetable that I had planned to give back to her tonight. His expression stiffens. Interesting. Why were you carrying this around, Espoir? I was going to return it to my real best friend, Yuki. I was going to return it to my friend. How kind. Something about the way he said that made my stomach turn. You carried it all the way here, just so you could give it back to her. Yeah. Why? What does he mean, why? Because that's what friends are for. Because it belongs to her? Obviously. I quickly decided to stop talking. I'm really in no position to be getting smart with this guy. Yeah, I guess. I see. It went quiet. Should I say something? I'm not really in any mood to talk, considering the situation I'm in right now. You like her a lot, don't you? Yuki, I mean. What's it to you? Why do you even care? Oh man, it went by so fast. When I said, why do you even care, that I didn't even realize he said something. He said, I care because... Wait, what? Actually, will you just let me go? Why are we having small talk right now? Do you realize how insane this is, tying me to a chair in some dingy basement? Cutting my clothes off? Is this all just a joke to you or what? Because I haven't laughed once. I'm scared, and I'm cold, and I'm uncomfortable. I feel ill around you, Yui. Literally, it's almost like you're... That's not that bad. That's not that bad. It's not that bad. An intense feeling of disorientation suddenly overcame my senses. What? Espoir? Are you okay? For a moment, everything around me lost its color. The harsh whites burning my eyes, and the dark blacks looking like deep abysses that outlined everything in between. My heart began racing. I couldn't focus on anything anymore. My body felt as if it were floating. Not again. Again? I squeezed my eyes shut in fear and discomfort alike. My voice was almost a whimper. What's happening to me? Before I knew it, I was sobbing. Espoir, just breathe, okay? Espoir? Espoir? Open my eyes? No, I don't want to. I want to stay here. Fine. I opened my eyes. It's not that bad. That's pretty bad. Hey, you stay over there. You stay right there. Don't you come towards the screen. I don't like that. I began to scream and cry at the same time. Eventually, a familiar, damp hand clamped down over my nose and mouth, muffling my sobs. It was almost as if I was being drugged, because it only took a few seconds for my eyes to roll back and unconsciousness to give out. Don't do that. I don't like that. Espoir? Can you hear me? No. Huh? Hey! Hey! There she is. What? I was laying on my side, my head and body pressed against the hard stone floor of the basement. Oh, you're awake. Again. My body is too weak to push myself up. Yui? Espoir? I tensed. What? No, I mean, what is this? Why are we laying down? What happened? You blacked out. You're really ill right now, Espoir. You started screaming and crying at me. You must have seen something pretty nasty. You were terrified. So, I untied you and decided to let you rest your body in a more comfortable position. This house didn't have any other clean blankets, though. Sorry. Are you cold? I tensed and untensed my legs and arms weakly. I really was untied, but I was still too tired to move, so there was no point, really. I'm really tired. I can see that. I thought your body would be a little stronger, Espoir. Eh? What do you mean? Yui frowned. You keep blacking out on me. We can't have any fun if you keep falling asleep. Are the fumes really that strong? I can't control it, you know? I'm still a little too lightheaded to really process what he's even saying. Fumes? Ah! I guess it doesn't really matter. You're awake now, so everything's okay. Everything is most certainly not okay. Why are you even here? Shouldn't a psychopath like you be torturing me to death or something? You shouldn't call people such horrible names, you know. Huh? But it's true. Are you acting dense on purpose? You're insane, and I'm probably going to die here, and it'll be all your fault. Yeah. Why won't you just let me go? I don't understand. I could feel tears welling up in the corners of my eyes. Espoir. Yui inched closer. I'd never let you die, Espoir, and therein lies the problem. Never ever. He took my limp hand in his and began to squeeze it gently. You're way too beautiful for that, Espoir. You're way too perfect for something like that. I could never let something so horrible happen to someone who makes me feel this way. The only person who's ever made me feel this way. I could feel his hot breath ghosting my hand. Stop breathing on my hand. Stop putting your black mist on my hand. Suddenly, a warm black mist began to cloud around his hand and mine. It moved like a ghost, seeping through the fabric of his uniform and creating a dark haze above him like a cloud. Oh no! Are you actually a sentient shadow cloud? Your beautiful scent is enough to drown out my own rotten one. A slimy, black liquid begins to leak from his fingertips, smearing all over my limp hand. It smells sweet. Oh no! Are you the embodiment of rot? You're such a beautiful girl, Espoir. My body can't help but react when I'm around you. Do you have any idea what you do to me, Espoir? Being near you makes everything feel so quiet. Even the smell of this place disappears when you're here. Sometimes I think if I stayed close enough, I'd stop rotting altogether. You make me feel almost human. I'm glad you're having a good time. Yui slowly brings his hand closer to my face. Before I could even process what he was doing, I felt something warm and wet slowly drag across my finger. The sensation was damp, deliberate. Would someone who hates you do this, Espoir? His tongue traced all the way from my knuckle to my fingertip before lingering there for a moment. Ew, ew, ew. The sensation was damp and unnervingly deliberate. A string of saliva briefly connected my finger to his mouth before snapping. The black residue coating my skin began to smear beneath the moisture. It spread in uneven streaks across the back of my hand, thinning into murky gray trails. Yui watched it happen with unsettling fascination. His grip tightened slightly. The sweet smell hanging in the air seemed to grow stronger now. Thicker. He bit down softly on my index finger, gently caressing the soft skin with his tongue. Hey now! Whenever my fingers get near anyone's teeth, it's never a good thing that happens. It felt warm. He looked less like a person and more like a scientist observing something under a microscope, or a starving animal inspecting a meal it didn't quite understand. stand. Yeah, what was that about feeding in that note? I could feel the sticky residue it left behind. I used what energy I had left to quickly pull my hand away. Oh, I just remembered. I have something for you, Espoir. Yui quickly stood up as if nothing just happened and began heading to the basement stairs. I groaned as I pushed myself up into a slouching position. I couldn't afford to be laying down so vulnerably with a freak like this roaming around. Stay there until I get it, okay? I'll be back down here soon. Yui excitedly began to run up the stairs. I looked down at my now wet fingers. Ew, 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 ew. What the heck is this black stuff anyway? There's no way he can just do that, right? I quickly wiped my hand on my trousers, the sticky feeling of it not going away so easily. I really have to get out of here. I looked around the basement, already feeling nauseous from moving my head too fast. Ugh. If I stay down here, I'll die. I still don't know what's wrong with me right now. All I know is that this freak is the cause of it. I'm being drugged, right? That's the only explanation. But there's no way he... No. The symptoms started long before I even got home. The headaches, the nausea, the horrible feeling in my chest. They only started getting worse once he got close. The closer he got, the sicker I became. There's no way. I think there is a way. The sound of a door slamming shut coming from upstairs snapped me out of my thoughts and made me flinch. Wait, Yui's gone. Is he? This could be my only chance to escape, right? My heart began to race at the thought of being trapped down here forever. The idea itself was enough to make my stomach hurt. There isn't enough time to be thinking about that. I have to try to leave. Now! Give up? Never! Save your game, and then get up and look for a way out. Every part of me wanted to stay on the floor, but if I didn't move now, I never would. I forced myself properly upright. Wait, huh? I looked downward. I could tell that I was wearing a shirt when I was laying down back there, but I had hardly processed it until now. Well, at least he did that much. Wait a minute. This is... Oh no, is it Yuki's shirt? I pinched the bottom of the soft cotton shirt that had apparently been put on me while I was unconscious. It was the exact same shirt that I had lost months ago. What the... There's no way this is the same one. How on earth did he get his hands on this? I brought the fabric to my nose, sniffing it lightly to see if it smelled freshly bought or not. It smells exactly like the one that went missing. Oh no. How did he even... The sound of a faint banging noise coming from upstairs made me focus on the idea at hand again. I'll deal with that later. Right now I really need to get moving. I let out a small grunt as I forced myself up off the ground, my vision going black for a second before quickly returning to normal. I glanced at the stairs and quickly took a look around at my surroundings. There's got to be something here that I can at least defend myself with if he starts getting violent. I could search for a weapon or head straight upstairs. Normally, I would search for a weapon, but time is of the essence and I want to head straight upstairs. Or, no, there's no time. He could come back down any second now. I'll just have to rely on my fist if things get nasty. Yeah, my 30 years of pent-up rage. Though Yui hasn't showed any sort of violence since the second I got here. Maybe he wouldn't attack me at all. Place your bets. I weakly hauled myself towards the staircase and began to ascend them. Every step felt heavier than the last. My legs trembled slightly beneath me, threatening to give out at any moment. The world swayed slightly around me. I had to walk on all fours up the rest of the steps just to stop myself from falling backwards. Almost there. I didn't want to think about what would happen if I passed out now. Finally, the top of the staircase. I made it. I peeked my head around the corner of the basement door. He's not here. I thought he'd be looking around for that thing he wanted to show me. Maybe he's on the upper floor. Suddenly, a faint crashing noise emitted from the ceiling above me. Where is it? I know I put it up here. How could I have lost something so important? So he's upstairs. I doubt he'll be up there for long enough. My stomach suddenly twisted, and and I had to hold onto the wall to support myself. I forgot how nauseating this living room was. Staying up here for too long will only make me faint again. I have to hurry. My eyes locked onto the front door that I entered this nightmare from. I wasted no time sprinting towards it and rattling the handle as quietly as I could. The door won't budge, of course. I forgot it was locked. Merde! What do I do? I'm a sitting duck here. Well, maybe I should grab a weapon. I glanced at the staircase Yui was at the top of with an anxious frown. I need the key for the front door, but where would that be? Search the cupboards, living room, basement, kitchen. Well, I'm already in the living room, so maybe it's there. The living room might be a good place to look. I mean, I'm right here after all. I quickly searched around the living room. The TV, the shelves, under the sofa. Nothing. I'm starting to feel nauseous again. Dang it! God knows only how much of this toxic air I've been breathing in now. What is going on? What is he? Where on earth is the key? All this frantic moving around is making me feel sick. Why don't I go up and ask him? Cupboards? Basement? I don't want to go back down there. Maybe the kitchen? The kitchen, huh? Well, it isn't too far off from the living room, so the idea is plausible. I began tiptoeing towards the kitchen that was joined to the living room. It has to be here, right? My eyes drifted towards the kitchen counter. Maybe. No way! I quickly moved towards the shiny piece of metal I could see laying out on the counter. Yeah, most people do leave their keys in the kitchen. The key was sitting right there. Why do I feel like this is a trap? It was as if it had never been hidden in the first place. For a moment, I wonder if Yui had left it there intentionally. He didn't bother trying to hide this at all. I guess he assumed I wouldn't be able to leave the basement. Suddenly, the sound of footsteps rapidly descending stairs caught my attention. Merde! I gotta hurry! Espoir! I ignored my voice being called, quickly bolting towards the front door and shoving the key into the keyhole. Espoir? Wait! I could hear the sound of footsteps rapidly approaching. Every nerve in my body tensed with adrenaline. I let out a yelp of fear as the door finally unlocked. I swung the door open and began to bolt out through the front door. See ya! Wouldn't want to be ya! The feeling of fresh, cold air hitting my skin after breathing in nothing but humid, drug-like fumes for hours on end was enough to make my head swim in immediate ecstasy. But there's no time to celebrate yet. I have to keep running before he... The feeling of being tackled to the ground snapped me out of my brief moment of satisfaction. Fight him! Fight him! Alligator roll! Pummel him! Espoir, what are you doing? Get off me! Get off me! I will kick you! I thrashed, trying to get the boy off me despite his attempts to pin me down. I could take him! I could take him! I said get off! But you can't leave, Espoir. Please, can we at least talk about this? No. What is your problem? Once I get out of here, I'm calling the police on you. You drugged me, tied me up, and locked me in your disgusting house. Espoir, I was only doing it because I care about you. I really love you, Espoir. More than anything. Please don't leave me. You and I both know that you don't have anyone else. What you mean by that? Yeah, the heck is that supposed to mean? I tensed slightly at the fact that he was technically, partially correct. So? That don't mean nothing. That only means I have less people to jump you with. I can only really name one friend I have to my name. My best friend. I have Yuki. She's my best friend, and I don't need anyone else, especially not a freak like you. Yui is like, you misread the title of this game. Yui's expression flattened slightly, his grip on my arms loosening. Push him off? I feel suspicious that's the only response I have. Get off! I didn't wait for him to start speaking again, and used the rest of my remaining strength to push him off of me. I silently wished that I had some sort of weapon to properly defend myself right now. Just me and the game is slowly turning to me. Man, I sure wish I had a weapon right now. Well, we had to go. We didn't have time. Yui fell off my hips, landing on the cold concrete with a thud. Serves you right. I tried to push myself up off the ground, but had massively underestimated just how much energy I'd already used up. All I could manage was a pathetic crawling position on all fours. Come on! Why the heck can't I... Ah! The feeling of an arm around my neck suddenly made me gasp in shock. It was hard. A tight grip. One that I didn't think Yui was capable of. It cut my airflow almost entirely. Espoir. His voice sounded strangely small, almost fragile. I began to claw desperately at his arm as my vision began to shake. Why? My heart pounded violently against my ribs. Every instinct screamed at me to get away. Why would you say such a thing? His grip tightened, my throat completely being crushed in his arm's tight, bruising grip. Ah! Okay, maybe I can't take him. I could hear him breathing heavily behind me. Uneven, shaky. I tried so hard. I really did. Ah! The world around me began to darken at the edges. Everything seemed further away somehow. Like I was already leaving it behind. Yui, I can't. I just wanted you to stay. It's like you hated me from the very start. Something warm landed against the side of my neck. Oh, are you crying? Aw. A tear? His breathing got heavier. A slight sniffle and a small whimper accompanying his heavy breathing. Yui was crying. Oh, boo-hoo. I'm sorry. I just don't know what else to do, Espoir. If I let you go, then you'll forget me, right? I don't think I'm ever gonna forget you, pal. I let out a choked, gagging noise, my hand still clawing at his arm, weaker now. If I let you go, then someone else will get to you, someone quicker than me. She isn't even here anymore, and you're still choosing her? For a moment, all I could hear was his shaky voice. Then there was silence, just the sound of my own heartbeat, slower. Aw, man. And slower. The last thing I saw was the pavement beneath me. The last thing I heard was Yui's broken sobs as he pressed his face into the back of my neck. And then I felt nothing. Rude. Ending. Breathtaking. Ha 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 ha. Rude. All right, you're so smart. Let's search for a weapon then. A weapon, huh? I swiftly began looking around the dingy basement, lifting things up and moving items around in hopes to find something that could prove useful. There's no way a basement this rotten doesn't have at least a scrap piece of metal lying around or something. I continued looking for around 10 seconds more before my eyes landed on something dark and shiny. Is that? Yui's scissors! The ones he used to cut my shirt off. I will not forget that. I will not forgive that. They must have fallen out of his pocket when he was lying down opposite me. I held onto them tightly before looking up at the staircase that Yui had ascended just a few moments ago. Oh, this gonna get messy. I need the key for the front door, but where could it be? Well, we now know it's in the kitchen. Well, we know it's in the kitchen, but I wonder what would happen if we searched elsewhere. Search the basement? Maybe. Maybe I'd missed something. Would Yui really have brought the key downstairs? I feel sick and weak from just hauling myself up from there. I'm really not in the mood to descend that staircase again. But then again, what choice do I have? If the key is down there, then I've got to check, right? My legs already felt like they were going to give out beneath me, but I turned around anyway. One step, then another. And then a fail. Then another. The basement somehow felt even darker than before. This is going to be such a waste of time if I don't find this stupid thing. I searched under the chairs, the floor, the shelves, every corner I could think of. Nothing. I've wasted all that time for nothing. Yui's got to be wrapping up whatever he's doing at the top floor by now. Once I get back upstairs, I've only got the time to check one place else. This is one of those times where I need to be really lucky. I began hauling myself back up the basement stairs, the feeling of having to push my weakened body past its limits really getting to me now. Think, where would a freak like Yui leave something like a house key? Well, we know it's in the kitchen. What about the cupboards? What you got in your cupboards? I doubt anyone would leave a key in a cupboard. That would be kind of random. Stop questioning me. Me? Then again, we're talking about a psycho here. I quietly searched the cupboards. Plates, bowls, glasses. Nothing. Well, it was worth a shot. Oh no, are we gonna get caught? But time is really of the essence here. Suddenly, the sound of footsteps rapidly descending stairs caught my attention. No. No. I froze. It was too late. Espoir? My stomach dropped. What are you doing? I slowly turned around. Nothing. I was doing nothing. Yui was standing at the bottom of the staircase. How did you have the strength to get up here? Were you trying to leave, Espoir? No. I instinctively took a step backwards, clutching the scissors in my hand tightly. Oh, good, I still have the scissors. Yui's gaze drifted downwards. What? I got nothing? What are you looking down for? There's nothing there. I see. You see nothing. Yui's smile faltered. For the first time since I'd met him, he looked genuinely disappointed. Stay back! I got some scissors. I pointed the scissors at him, my body trembling slightly. Why are you doing this, Espoir? He took a step forward. I said stay back! I will stab you! I will! Yui continued walking forward as I continued taking steps backwards. Where did you manage to find my scissors? What are you planning on doing with those, Eventually, my back hit a wall, and Yui was looming over me. Are you planning to stab me with those? My body tensed. I clutched the scissors tighter, unsure as to why I hadn't attacked him by now. I know you're not going to stab me, Espoir. An angel like you wouldn't do such a thing. He don't know me very well, do he? Man, if I was kidnapped, if I was in a dangerous situation, there would be no people pleasing. There would be no fawning. You gon' die, or at least come out with some bruises. He leaned in closer. Just open the front door. Let me leave, and I won't hurt you much. Why am I shaking so much? I began to feel cold and hot at the same time, my body reacting to the sudden proximity of Yui. The closer he got, the stranger I felt. What are you? You're not going to hurt me anyway, Espoir. I know you won't. I will! Really? Yui gently held my wrist that was holding the scissors and brought the sharp blades close to his face. Even now? Gushy noises! A slick black tongue emerged from his lips, coating the blades in a thin sheen of black saliva. What the? I'm completely vulnerable, Espoir. I'm not holding anything. I don't have a secret weapon in my back pocket. So just do it. What are you waiting for? I stared up at him with an anxious frown. I wanted nothing more than to push this freak off of me, to cut him, stab him, anything. But I've never heard anyone like this before. What if I accidentally killed him? Yeah, what if? I don't want to spend the rest of my life in prison just for defending myself. Yeah, stab him. No, listen me. We're in this together. We have to come to a compromise. I click stab him, you stab him. We'll figure it out later. If I don't do something about this guy, he's going to kill me sooner or later. Oh, okay. All right, you were saying no to your own self. I clenched the scissors tighter, let out a sharp exhale. Yeah, you don't know me. You don't know who I am. If I had $1 for every time these Yanderes thought I gave a fluff, I'd be broke 'cause I don't give a fluff. And quickly drove the sharp blades directly into his chest. Now do it again. And again. And again. My heart began racing, the adrenaline of what I'd just done causing my hands to tremble. Espoir. I can't believe you really did it. He placed his hand over his chest, and began panting softly. Uh-oh, wait, or is he into that? Why are you blushing? Did I stab him lighter than I thought? He doesn't seem to be in any pain at all. I didn't think you'd stab me. It feels even better than I thought it would. You're stronger than you look. What the heck? Aw, man, he's into it. Black liquid began leaking through his shirt, creating a small puddle at our feet. It was a potent smell, the same humid, cloying, fume-like smell from before. That almost sounds like what gasoline or oil smells like. Are you made of oil? Don't let America know about that. America. I had to cover my mouth with my hand in order to stop myself from gagging. Ugh. You're so cute when you're like this, Espoir. To be stabbed by you like this. Yui then grabbed my wrist tightly and began to use the scissors I was holding to stab himself over and over again. Were there eyes in the spooky, shadowy things? Stop! I quickly let go of the scissors, letting them drop to the floor with a clang. What the heck is wrong with you? Yeah, what the heck is wrong with you? Yui was breathing heavily. Espoir, why didn't you do this earlier? It feels amazing. He tightly gripped my arm and brought me closer to him. We're going to have so much fun, me and you. He picked up the scissors I dropped and forced them back into my trembling hand. The aroma of whatever liquid was pouring out of the wounds on his stomach immediately started to make my head spin. Let's just start now. Just do what you did before. Again. Oh, no. I better be getting paid for this. Ending. Masochist. Okay, well, maybe stabbing him isn't the best idea. I admit that I was wrong. This did not help. In fact, this made things worse, so let's hesitate. I couldn't move. Despite everything, despite wanting nothing more than to get rid of this psycho for good, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. See? No, it's not like I wasn't. It's just, you're crazy. He just chuckled. I knew you didn't really hate me. You keep saying you do. You keep looking at me like you do. But every time, you prove me right. I hated how calm he sounded. I hated how certain he sounded. Like, man, I'll stab you anyway. You need me, Espoir. Just like I need you. I don't need you. Slowly, Yuri reached forward. His fingers tightened around my wrist. The gesture should have felt threatening. Instead, it felt strangely careful. See? His hand guided mine away from him. The tip of the scissors slowly lowering. The metal trembled in my grasp. Neither of us looked away. You don't want to hurt me. You never did. The scissors slipped from my fingers. They hit the floor with a metallic clatter. Yui gently pulled me into a tight embrace. Ew. My body froze in shock. You're way too cute, Espoir. His voice cracked. You had every chance, and you still chose me. That's not what happened. Yeah, the me playing this game was just feeling cheeky. It is. My stomach sank. I wanted to push him off me, but there was really no point. I now knew that I didn't have the strength to truly hurt this guy. We're going to have so much fun together. I promise. You won't have to worry about anything anymore, Espoir. We'll be together. Forever. For the first time, I realized how badly I'd misunderstood the situation. Yui didn't see my hesitation as mercy. He saw it as an answer. Aw, man, I'm not your girlfriend. Ending. You never meant it. Alright, well, fine. Why don't we search the kitchen, get that key, and we'll see what happens now that I have some scissors. Espoir, what are you doing? Get off me! I thrashed, trying to get the boy off me despite his attempts to pin me down. I said get off! Yui looked to the side, noticing the scissors that were supposed to be for my own defense lying on the floor. Aw, man! He leaned over, still straddling my hips, and picked them up, examining them once before looking down at me with a small frown. Oh, wait, I dropped them! My scissors? I tensed. Give those back so I can stab you! Yui held the scissors tightly, holding them out of my immediate reach. Yui, please, why are you doing this? What is wrong with you? Nothing's wrong with me. Yeah, nothing's wrong with him. You drugged me, tied me up, and locked me in your disgusting home? No, there's definitely something wrong with you. How disgusting can a human being like you be? Me, I don't remember how much you've seen at this point, but I don't think we're dealing with a human being. I'm... Save it. Get off me and let me go now, and then give me those scissors so I can stab you. Uh-oh. Why do you hate me so much, Espoir? Why do I hate you? Is it not completely obvious? What, are you brain dead too? You have no one, Espoir. You had one real friend to your name, and she's not even here anymore. So what now, Espoir? Are you really going to abandon the one person who actually wants to be around you? What the heck are you talking about? Yuki is alive and well. What are you talking about? What do you know about who likes me and who doesn't? Yuki didn't come to your stupid party because she wasn't invited, idiot. This whole thing was a kidnapping scheme, remember? That's not what I meant, Espoir. Yuki isn't here anymore. She's gone. What did you do to Yuki? Also, that black sludge they were describing that was all over her phone, that was your ichor, wasn't it? This guy is truly speaking nonsense. What's that supposed to mean? She's probably at home, feeling upset that her best friend didn't even bother to check on her. And it's all your fault. No, she didn't get home, Espoir. The certainty in his voice made my stomach tighten. You don't know that. I do. The laugh that escaped him was small and quiet, almost embarrassed. You really don't believe me? She was all alone, you know. You weren't there. I stared up at him. She kept looking around, like she expected someone to help her, like she expected you to help her. But who would stay at school so late on a Friday evening? Are you now trying to manipulate me into thinking that this is all my fault? My mouth suddenly felt dry. So, obviously nobody came. Isn't that kinda sad? Something about the way he said it made my skin crawl. My blood ran cold. What did you do? Nothing. Nothing important. Suddenly, something inside me shifted, and I became the Hulk and pushed him off of me. The cold breeze and fresh air entering my lungs with every breath began to make the world around me become clearer and clearer. My eyes drifted downwards. Yui smirked and rested his hand on the collar of his school uniform. Yui followed your gaze. Ah, you finally noticed. What? What did I notice? He played with the material between his fingers. It kind of fits perfectly, doesn't it? My stomach dropped. What, is that like Yuki's ribbon or something? I wasn't sure at first, but the moment I put it on, it felt right. I was speechless. I'm a little surprised you didn't notice sooner, Espoir. It's not every day you see a boy wearing the girl's uniform. Yeah, I was wondering about that. Why are you wearing a girl's uniform? I mean, it's cute. I'm a big fan of Revolutionary Girl Utena, so wearing the different genders' uniform is pretty cool. You must have been pretty loopy before you even met me, huh? So does that mean as soon as Yui showed up, Yuki was already de-shirted? This uniform would have just rotted away with her, so I had to make use of it somehow. Also, what were you wearing before that? Were you just shirtless? I thought me wearing it would make you like me more, but I suppose it didn't really make a difference, huh? Pure rage began to bubble up in my chest. Rage mixed with adrenaline, mixed with pure dread. What did you do to her? I already told you, Espoir. The details aren't really that important. You know, normally I would talk, but I'm too mad. You getting pushed. I needed him to get off me. Needed to run to Yuki's house to make sure that she was okay. I let out a yell and used up all of my strength to shove him off me. Yeah! Yui fell onto the pavement with a thud. I pushed myself up the best I could and prepared myself to start running. I have to get away from him, no matter what! Ouch! Huh? Who is stabbing me in the back, I so quietly wonder? I stumbled and dropped to my knees and held my stomach, hot red blood already seeping through the gaps between my fingers. Rude! The sound of scissors clattering to the floor filled my ears before being replaced by the sound of my own slow heartbeat. My vision began to blur at the edges. Wait! Why? Pourquoi, bro? For a second there was a sharp, throbbing pain, followed by the feeling of my body hitting the floor, then swiftly being followed by the feeling of nothingness. Espoir, I didn't mean to. No. Oh, no. Espoir. Yui wrapped his arms around me, holding me tightly. Well, you shouldn't have stabbed me. Tears began to drip against the back of my neck. I didn't. You'll be okay. You'll be fine. Just breathe. Just breathe, okay? Espoir? I did. I say you, I did. Ending. Accidents happen. Alright. Okay. Maybe stabbing isn't the key. Maybe running away isn't the key. Maybe we should just talk. My heart was racing. All I could do was stare up at this psycho with a piercing glare. You... What are you? Yeah! Is this some sort of nightmare? Fortunately not, Espoir. You've at least figured out why I'm doing this now, haven't you? It's because I really, truly love you, Espoir. I love you more than anything and anyone else in the whole world. Love? I think you're reading the wrong dictionary if you think this is what love is. I stared up at him in complete disbelief. This isn't love. This is what you call love? I didn't even know you existed until a few hours ago, and you're claiming you love me? I let an incredulous laugh escape my throat. You're sick, Yui. It's people like you who are the reason why the world is as it is now. Yeah, people going around kidnapping people, putting them in their basement, trying to get them to fall in love with them. If you're even a person at all. Espoir. I would never love a disgusting freak like you. Maybe. I mean, I've fallen in love with some disgusting freaks. Well, aren't you going to say something? I do believe he is in shock. Oh no. Yui raised the scissors he was holding, causing me to flinch and raise my hands above me in defense. Am I going to die? Wait! Ah! Now, Yui, don't do that. Oh, don't do that! He collapsed on his side, his body hitting the pavement with a thud. Oh, and you still never answered my question. What the funnel cakes? That funnel cakes was earned. If there was any other time to say what the funnel cakes, it's now. I quickly clasped my hand over my mouth, the sight I just witnessed making me feel the need to vomit from shock alone. Oh my god. What do we do in this situation? I hauled myself up, ignoring the discomfort of forcing my weakened body to move so suddenly. Yui? You good? You okay? He's fine. There was no response. I took a step backwards, then another, and finally spun around to start sprinting back to my house. I ran and ran, making a beeline straight to my home. They can't pin this on me. There was no witnesses. I didn't look back. I couldn't. My legs burned with every step, threatening to give out beneath me at any moment. But I kept running, away from him, away from that house, away from... Oh yeah, where's Yuki? My thoughts felt scrambled, wrong, like my brain was desperately trying to reject what it had just seen. Yui was dead. The words didn't feel real. Nothing felt real. Yui was gone, but for some reason, I didn't feel any better. What a way to go. Ending. Hopelessly devoted. Oh man, now I feel bad. A little bit. A teeny bit. A teeny bit. Oh, neat. Well, we got 5 out of 14 endings, and I'm a little bit tired. So for right now, I am going to stop right here. I will continue this, but I'm going to stop right here because I'm very tired. If you would like to play this game for yourself, there will be a link in the description, but please do heed the warnings and stop playing if you start to feel uncomfortable. And of course, if you would like to watch me play more amazing visual novels, feel free to peruse around my channel. And don't forget to like, subscribe, or interact in any way that's comfortable for you, because we're trying to make it to 100,000 subscribers, and we're doing it! We're making it! Thanks to your help. The next time I face Yui, I won't be so nice. Or maybe I will. Maybe I'll be really, really, really nice. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of yourself, have a great night, and remember, there is always hope.